I don't know if I have any random expertise. I mean, I guess I just know a little bit about everything. Working in the pawn shop, you're kind of always studying, right? I forget so much and I learn so much every day. It's just...
How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing good. How are you?
Pretty good. What do you have here?
I have a set of rare, unproduced Care Bear cousins from Kenner.
When Pawn Stars premiered on the History Channel in July 2009, nobody could have predicted that a 27-year-old pawn shop employee with a goofy nickname would become one of reality television's most beloved characters. Austin "Chumlee" Russell transformed from behind-the-counter worker to international celebrity, merchandise mogul, and millionaire businessman. But his journey hasn't been all laughs and treasure finds.
Okay, I mean, Magic is one of those games where some of the cards are very expensive and you need them to play your deck, but you also want them for your collection. So you have players and collectors battling for the same cards.
What were some of the obstacles he faced, and where is he now? Join us as we uncover what really happened to Chumlee and where he is now. The early days. Austin Lee Russell's childhood was ordinary in most ways, but one incident when he was around 12 years old changed his life forever, at least in terms of what people would call him. A friend's father noticed young Austin's large face and prominent chin and joked that he looked like Chumlee, the lovable walrus character from the 1960s animated series Tennessee Tuxedo and His Tales. The nickname stuck. Chumlee grew up in the Las Vegas area alongside his brothers Sage and sister Tara. His childhood best friend was Corey Harrison, whose grandfather Richard "Old Man" Harrison and father Rick Harrison had founded the Gold and Silver Pawn Shop in 1989. The shop was located just minutes from the famous Las Vegas Strip, and it would eventually become the center of Chumlee's entire world. At age 21, in 2004, Chumlee started working at the Gold and Silver Pawn Shop. He worked behind the counter, testing items that customers brought in, loading heavy merchandise, writing tickets for purchases, and handling the mundane day-to-day operations that keep any retail business running. He did this for 5 years, completely unknown to the world, just another employee at a local pawn shop.
Yeah, I've been a pawnbroker there for over 10 years. I want to say 2004, maybe the end of 2003. I became a pawnbroker, started working for Rick.
Then, everything suddenly changed. In 2009, Rick Harrison successfully pitched a reality show concept about his pawn shop to the History Channel. The idea was simple: showcase the fascinating items that walk through the doors of a Las Vegas pawn shop, the people trying to sell them, and the expert negotiations that determine their worth. The show was called Pawn Stars, and it premiered on July 26, 2009. The core cast included Rick Harrison as the savvy business owner, his father Richard "Old Man" Harrison as the grumpy but wise elder statesman, Corey "Big Hoss" Harrison as Rick's son trying to prove himself, and Chumlee as well. At first, nobody was quite sure what Chumlee brought to the table. The show's producers initially positioned Chumlee as the comic relief. He was portrayed as somewhat incompetent, the butt of everyone's jokes, often referred to on the show as the village idiot. He overpaid for items, made questionable business decisions, and seemed more interested in playing with vintage toys and video games than actually running a profitable business. But viewers saw something else. They saw someone relatable who got excited about the same things they did: pinball machines, sneakers, Pokemon cards, sports memorabilia. And most importantly, they saw that beneath the goofy exterior, Chumlee actually knew his stuff when it came to his areas of expertise. In a Season 2 episode titled Pinball Wizards, Chumlee stunned even his coworkers when he demonstrated encyclopedic knowledge of vintage pinball machines, expertly appraising one that came into the shop. Corey Harrison's jaw literally dropped. It was a turning point for how viewers perceived Chumlee. He wasn't just the funny guy, he was a genuine expert in specific collectible categories.
Wanting to find out how much it was worth.
Thing looks crazy. What is it?
It's a black widow.
Is it poisonous?
Chumlee became the breakout star of Pawn Stars almost immediately. By 2010, his popularity had surpassed even Rick Harrison, the show's ostensible lead. Fans wanted Chumlee t-shirts, Chumlee merchandise, Chumlee appearances. He capitalized on this popularity by forming his own company to sell novelty items he designed himself. His merchandise sales quickly exceeded those of every other cast member. In 2010, recognizing the business opportunity, Chumlee sold half his stake in the merchandising company to Rick Harrison for $155,000, allowing the gold and silver pawn shop to handle his orders more efficiently. It was a smart business move that kept the money flowing while reducing his workload. In 2010, the Pawn Stars cast was awarded the key to the city of Las Vegas by Mayor Oscar Goodman. By 2012, they served as Grand Marshals for the History 300 NASCAR race at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Pawn Stars had become a cultural phenomenon, and Chumlee was its most recognizable face. He made cameo appearances, including an episode of the hit Nickelodeon show iCarly in 2012 titled I Lost My Head in Vegas, where he appeared alongside Rick and Corey. His face was everywhere. His catchphrases became part of pop culture. He had achieved something rare. He had turned reality television fame into genuine cultural relevance. But Chumlee was smart enough to know that fame alone wouldn't last. What happened next will leave you stunned.
As much as I would love to do the Chumlee show, we film 80 episodes a year, and it's just ridiculously crazy. So,
The business empire. Chumlee wasn't content to just ride the wave of television fame. He understood that reality television careers can be fleeting, so he diversified his income streams and built an actual business empire around his brand. In May 2017, Chumlee opened Chumlee's Candy on the Boulevard, a candy store located directly across the street from the gold and silver pawn shop in Las Vegas. The location was strategic. Thousands of tourists visit the pawn shop every year specifically because of Pawn Stars. And now they had another Chumlee-branded destination to visit. The store sells nostalgic candies, novelty treats, and bulk candy, along with various Chumlee-branded merchandise, including t-shirts, bobbleheads, keychains, and coffee mugs. It became an instant tourist attraction and has remained profitable through 2026. In 2020, Chumlee released a video game titled CHUMLEE'S Adventure: The Quest for Pinky, a homebrew action game for the original Nintendo Entertainment System developed by Keihan Games. The game features Chumlee fighting through the pawn shop and its customers to find his dog, Pinky, in a style reminiscent of the classic NES title Kung Fu. It was a quirky passion project that showed Chumlee's genuine love for vintage gaming culture. Beyond his official businesses, Chumlee also became an active user of Cameo, the platform where celebrities record personalized video messages for fans. He charges fans for birthday wishes, motivational messages, and other custom content, adding another revenue stream to his portfolio. His business acumen extended to real estate as well. In 2012, Chumlee purchased a luxurious mansion in Las Vegas for $1.1 million. The 6,200-square-foot home sat on 2 acres near the Las Vegas Strip and featured a guest house, an entertainer's backyard with a rock-lined swimming pool, and a room with a stripper pole that the media loved to mention. In February 2019, he sold the property for $1.375 million, turning a tidy profit on the investment. Chumlee's car collection became legendary among fans. At various points, he's owned a Rolls-Royce Phantom, a Maserati Gran Turismo, a Cadillac Escalade, a Range Rover, and a classic 1964 Chevrolet Impala SS. He particularly loves his customized 1986 Buick Regal, which he fitted with hydraulic lifts on the front and back, allowing the car to bounce and dance in classic lowrider style. He's also an avid sneaker collector, owning more than 200 pairs of shoes. His hobbies extend to skateboarding, video games, and the Pokemon trading card game, which he frequently posts about on social media. He's a fan of punk rock and rap music, and lists Boardwalk Empire, Sons of Anarchy, and Breaking Bad among his favorite television shows. By the mid-2010s, Chumlee had successfully parlayed his reality television fame into an estimated net worth of $5 million, earning approximately $25,000 per episode of Pawn Stars. Not bad for the guy who started out just loading inventory and writing tickets. But behind the success, Chumlee was facing a personal battle. What was happening behind the scenes?
I'm making this deal because I'm going to show Rick how to buy something with something in the shop and then turn around and make a profit bigger than the profit I could have made if I paid cash.
The health journey. Behind the smiles and success, Chumlee was fighting a personal battle with his weight. In July 2009, just 2 weeks before Pawn Stars premiered, Chumlee's father died of pancreatic cancer at age 54. The loss devastated him and served as a wake-up call about his own health and lifestyle. By 2013, Chumlee had altered his lifestyle dramatically. He started exercising at a gym 6 days a week and completely overhauled his diet. He began drinking more juice, eating more vegetables, and abstaining from red meat altogether. The results were impressive. He lost 75 pounds in about a year. The weight loss had practical benefits beyond health. Chumlee had purchased a hovercraft during the show's run, but it had a maximum weight restriction of 250 pounds. His diet enabled him to finally ride it properly, something he celebrated on camera. Unfortunately, maintaining that weight loss proved difficult. Over the next several years, Chumlee regained the weight and more. By January 2019, he weighed approximately 350 pounds, his heaviest ever. He was struggling with breathing issues and knew something had to change dramatically. In February 2019, Chumlee underwent gastric sleeve surgery, a procedure where surgeons remove between 15% and 80% of the stomach, leaving a pouch roughly the size of a banana. The surgery limits how much food a person can eat and has proven effective for significant weight loss when combined with lifestyle changes. The results were remarkable. By October 2021, Chumlee had lost 160 pounds, bringing his weight down to approximately 190 pounds. He frequently posts before and after pictures on his social media accounts, rightfully proud of his dramatic transformation. The weight loss has given him more energy, improved his health markers, and given him a new lease on life. As of 2026, Chumlee has maintained his weight loss and continues to prioritize his health, inspired by the memory of his father and determined not to meet the same fate. But things weren't always this smooth for Chumlee. He had faced his darkest moment that almost ruined his reputation and career. What exactly happened? The arrest that shocked fans. March 9, 2016 started as a normal day for most Pawn Stars fans, but by evening, news broke that would shock the millions who love Chumlee. He had been arrested on serious felony charges. According to Las Vegas Metropolitan Police, they had received a misconduct complaint from a woman and obtained a search warrant for Chumlee's Las Vegas home as part of their investigation. When officers executed the warrant, they weren't just looking for evidence related to the assault allegation, they found something completely unexpected. Inside Chumlee's house, police discovered a substantial quantity of illegal drugs and weapons. The arrest report detailed finding crystal methamphetamine, marijuana, Xanax pills, and evidence of possible cocaine use scattered throughout the residence. Even more problematic were the 12 firearms they discovered, many of them loaded, and only 4 were registered to Chumlee. The collection included assault-style weapons like MP5s and .223 caliber rifles that Chumlee wasn't legally permitted to own. Chumlee was arrested and booked into the Clark County Detention Center on 19 drug possession charges and 1 weapon charge. His bail was set at $62,000, which he posted to secure his release. Importantly, Chumlee was not charged with assault. Officer Larry Hadfield, a department spokesman, stated that the investigation on the alleged misconduct was continuing, but no charges were filed in that case. The arrest made international headlines. Fans were devastated. The lovable, goofy character they had watched for 7 years had a much darker side. The media had a field day with the details from the police report, including mentions of a chum room with a stripper pole in his house. Rick Harrison, Chumlee's boss and friend, issued a statement. "We don't have details yet, but are here to help Chumlee however we can." The statement was measured and supportive, but also carefully worded. Nobody knew how this would play out. In May 2016, just 2 months after his arrest, Chumlee accepted a plea deal. He pleaded guilty to 1 felony weapons charge, unlawful possession of a firearm, and 1 gross misdemeanor charge of attempted drug possession. In exchange, the other 18 charges were dropped or reduced. The terms of the plea deal required Chumlee to complete 3 years of probation, attend counseling, and remain drug-free. He was also required to surrender all the weapons seized from his home. If he violated any terms of his probation, he faced 2 to 5 years in prison. Chumlee's attorney, David Chesnoff, confirmed to media outlets that his client had been cleared in that investigation due to insufficient evidence. Chumlee completed his probation and counseling successfully. By 2019, his legal troubles were officially over, with the felony charges reduced to misdemeanors on his record. He had dodged a bullet, literally and figuratively, and managed to keep his job on Pawn Stars throughout the entire ordeal. The arrest could have ended Chumlee's career. Instead, it became a turning point. He got clean, focused on his health, and emerged from the experience a changed person. But the incident revealed that the jovial character on television was dealing with serious personal issues behind the scenes. While he was turning his life around, Chumlee's personal life took another unexpected turn. The marriage mystery. In 2016, around the time of his arrest, Chumlee was dating a woman named Tanya Hijazi, a Lebanese-American chef who worked at Stack Restaurant and Bar inside a Las Vegas casino. Her cooking skills actually helped Chumlee during his first major weight loss effort in 2013. However, their relationship ended shortly after his arrest. By 2018, Chumlee had moved on. He began dating Olivia Rademan, a student at the University of Nevada, Las Vegas, who was studying to potentially open her own eyelash studio. The couple had actually first met back in 2013 and had been friends for years before their relationship turned romantic. On an engagement trip to Honolulu, Hawaii in 2018, Chumlee proposed to Olivia with a 1.5-carat diamond ring at the Royal Hawaiian Waikiki. She said yes. The engagement was met with excitement from fans who saw it as evidence that Chumlee had truly turned his life around after his legal troubles. In March 2019, the couple held an elaborate pre-wedding bash at the Detroit Ballroom inside the D Casino Hotel in Las Vegas. The event was attended by Rick Harrison, Corey Harrison, and other Pawn Stars cast members, along with various Las Vegas celebrities. Photos show Chumlee in an orange jacket, black satin suit, and a top hat adorned with a feather, while Olivia wore a gold and black patterned silk shift dress. A few months later, in the summer of 2019, Chumlee and Olivia married in a private ceremony in Hawaii, at the exact location where they got engaged. Details about the wedding were kept secret, with neither party sharing extensive information publicly. Olivia became Olivia Rademan Russell. For a while, Chumlee's social media was filled with photos of the couple traveling together, snorkeling in Hawaii, attending sports events, and appearing happy. In October 2019, Chumlee posted a now-deleted Instagram message that read, "Missing my wife. It's hard living apart. She is off preparing for our future going to school at USCB while I am in Las Vegas working. And it's the little things I miss, like waking up next to her or have dinner together. But knowing we get to spend the rest of our lives together and have moments like this picture is enough to make me happy." The message hinted at challenges. Olivia was attending school in California, while Chumlee remained in Las Vegas for work. Long-distance relationships are difficult even without the pressures of reality television fame, legal troubles, and dramatic lifestyle changes. By early 2020, something had changed. Chumlee began deleting photos of Olivia from his Instagram account. She did the same with photos of him. The couple stopped appearing together at public events. Neither party made any official announcement about a separation or divorce. Olivia was later spotted with Jake Schindler, a professional poker player, in photos showing them traveling through Rome and enjoying Las Vegas nightlife. Meanwhile, Chumlee scrubbed almost all personal content from his social media, focusing exclusively on promoting his candy shop and business ventures. As of 2026, neither Chumlee nor Olivia has publicly confirmed whether they divorced or simply separated. They no longer follow each other on social media. There are no joint appearances, no mentions of each other, and no official statements. The marriage, which lasted barely a year before the apparent split, remains one of the more mysterious aspects of Chumlee's personal life. Some fans speculated that the stress of Chumlee's probation, which lasted until 2019, his dramatic physical transformation after gastric sleeve surgery, the distance caused by Olivia's schooling, and Chumlee's demanding work schedule all contributed to the relationship's demise. Others point to potential trust issues or simply incompatibility that became evident after marriage. Whatever the reason, Chumlee appears to be single as of 2026, focusing on his businesses and his health rather than romantic relationships. But the mysteries around Chumlee didn't end with his marriage. The death hoax. In March 2014, Chumlee became the victim of one of the internet's cruel celebrity death hoaxes. A website called eBuzzed published a false story claiming that Chumlee had died of a heart attack at age 31. The site later recanted the story and took it down, stating they were happy he was still alive. But by then, the damage was done. The rumor spread like wildfire across social media. Fans flooded Chumlee's social media accounts with condolences and tributes. News outlets had to issue corrections. It was chaos. Chumlee responded on Twitter with characteristic humor. "May we live long, rich forever." Rick Harrison also tweeted to confirm that Chumlee was very much alive and that the death hoax was false. Through all the drama, one thing remained constant. Chumlee never left Pawn Stars. The show has continued its remarkable run, and as of 2026, Chumlee remains a core cast member. As of January 2026, Chumlee is alive, well, and thriving in Las Vegas. At 43 years old, he settled into a comfortable rhythm that balances his television work with his business ventures and personal health. How did Chumlee manage to leave with his reputation unscathed despite the arrest? Does he ever plan to leave Pawn Stars? Share your thoughts with us in the comments section. Remember to like, share, and subscribe for more. Also, click the next video showing on your screen. You will enjoy it.